All right, let's talk about the stock market. I know. It can sound super complicated, maybe even a little scary. But really, at its core, it's all about one simple, really powerful idea: owning a piece of the action. So let's just dive right in.
I mean, have you ever seen a company that's just doing amazing things, changing the world, and you think, man, I wish I could be a part of that story? Well, that's exactly what we're talking about today. The chance to own a tiny slice of the businesses that are literally shaping our future.
And look, while you're not going to get a free iPhone in the mail, you do get something that could be way more valuable. You get a real claim on that company's future, its profits, its growth, all of its successes.
So that whole idea of ownership, it really brings us to the most basic question of all. To get started, you've got to know, what even is a stock?
Okay, think of a stock, or a share, you'll hear both, as your golden ticket. It's proof that you own a tiny piece of a business. So when you buy a share of a company, you're not just gambling on some numbers on a screen. No, you're actually becoming a part owner. You're putting your money where your mouth is and investing in that company's vision.
But here's the thing. Not all stocks are created equal. Not at all. It's kind of like a superhero universe, right? Different stocks have different powers, different levels of risk, and they play totally different roles in your strategy. So let's meet the two main players.
The two big categories you're always going to hear about are common stock and preferred stock. And honestly, the best way to think about them is as the Batman and Robin of investing. You've got the high-flying, risk-taking star of the show, and then you've got the reliable, steady partner. So let's break down how they really stack up.
This really lays it all out, doesn't it? Over here, you've got common stock. That's our Batman, the thrill seeker. This is what most people are buying and selling. And its coolest gadget? Right here, voting rights. As a part owner, you actually get a say in how the company's run. The catch? Well, with the potential for high rewards comes higher risk. Then you've got preferred stock, our Robin, the steady Eddie. You give up those voting rights, but what you get back is stability. You're first in line when the company pays out profits, and if things go bad, you get VIP treatment. So the real question for you is, what do you want? The potential for big growth and power, or more stability and income?
Okay, so you've picked your stock, you own a piece of a company. Now for the million-dollar question. How do you actually make money from this? This is where the real adventure, the market roller coaster, truly begins. The number one way people make a profit is, well, it's beautifully simple. You buy low and you sell high. That's it. You buy a share at a certain price, you hold on to it while the company hopefully does well and its value goes up, and then you sell it for more than you paid. That gap? That's your profit. The victory dance is technically optional, but I highly recommend it. And this is so important. It is almost never a smooth ride up. This quote says it all. The market is a roller coaster. It goes up, it goes down, and sometimes it swings like crazy based on the news. It can be an amazing engine for building wealth over time, but it is absolutely not a get-rich-quick scheme. You have to have patience.
But you know what? Riding that roller coaster isn't the only way to get a return on your investment. There's another huge benefit to being an owner, one that can provide a much steadier stream of income. Let's talk about dividends.
Think of dividends as the company's way of saying, thanks for believing in us. It's literally them sharing their success directly with you. When a business makes a profit, it can either reinvest that money back into the company to grow, or it can hand out a piece of those profits to its owners, the shareholders, as a cash reward. And that reward, that's the dividend.
Now, it's super important to know that not all companies pay dividends. A lot of younger, fast-growing companies will pour every single penny back into expansion. It's usually the bigger, more established, stable companies that offer them. So when you're doing your research, always check to see if they're handing out chocolates or, just raisins. You want to look for their dividend policy.
So, we've covered what stocks are, the two main types, and the two main ways you can profit from them. If you're feeling that little spark and thinking, okay, maybe I'm ready to start my own investing adventure, what are the absolute non-negotiable rules of the road before you begin?
These 3 things right here are your essential safety checklist. First, do your homework. That doesn't just mean a quick search. It means really understanding the business you're putting your hard-earned money into. Second, set a budget. Decide exactly how much you're comfortable investing and just stick to it. And the most important rule of all, never invest money you can't afford to lose. Remember that roller coaster? It has some serious drops, and you need to be ready for them both financially and emotionally.
And there you have it, our quick tour of Stocks 101. It's a world of calculated risks and potential rewards, of shares and dares. Look, There's no magic beanstalk that's going to take you straight to wealth overnight. But with some curiosity, a solid plan, and a whole lot of patience, it's definitely an adventure worth exploring. The only question left is, are you ready to dive in?